Okay. I want to tell you a story that forever, I mean, all of these things that you've said are what we know, and I want to know why. I had a friend whose mom was a friend of a hypnotherapist, and I was over at his house, and she came in, and this was back in high school when we were learning a lot. I mean, my mind was just really, after I saw that hypnotist thing go on that I told you about last time, I thought, I gotta know. I just became so interested in the mind, and this was way back in 1970s. No, but not too many people were playing with this back then. And she said, let me tell you the story. She said she was a hypnotherapist, and she was working with a girl who was really, really depressed. And she had tried everything. She tried the medical kinds of things. Nothing helped. She had tried, I shouldn't say she had tried everything, but she had mostly gone to counselors, psychotherapists back then, and done the talk therapy kinds of things with limited success. And she met with this lady, and she put her into an altered state. Like you said, I don't know if this feels the same as what you did, Shireen, but she put her into an altered state where she was still conscious, and she said, I want you to go back. So the problem is depression now, and she said, I want you to go back to the first time that you felt a pain, kind of what you're saying, a pain associated with this problem now, this depression. And she said, does that make sense to you? And she said her eyes were closed, and she's still conversant, still easily able to carry on a conversation. And she said, do you remember the first time you felt the pain that's associated with this depression that you have now? And she said, yes. And she said, how old were you? And she didn't answer. And then she said, how big were you? And she went, I was this big. And the lady went, oh, that's interesting. And she went to what she found out later on was this girl with the depression problem now had been the result of a rape. And all during the pregnancy, the dad had been abusing the mom. And she had, I mean, she wasn't completely shielded off from that abuse. And as soon as they did whatever they did to deal with it, whatever the hypnotherapist, it seemed to help her out. Now later on, we'll see. There might be another cause besides this that we'll play with later on. Maybe I haven't decided yet. But you said subconscious mind, right? You mentioned the word subconscious mind. Can I use you for just a second? Okay. What I want you to do is, I want you to scoot your chair back. Now, I want you to untie your right shoe. Now, when I say go, I want you to tie your shoe. Just tie it in your normal way, okay? Just, no big deal, just tie it as you normally would. Ready? Okay, go. Done? 7 seconds. Now, I want you to untie it again. Now, scoot forward. Now, I want you to tell us how to tie your shoe. I want you to describe to us, I guess you didn't have to untie your shoe, now that I think about it.
Make some practice.
I want you to step by step tell us everything you do that will make it so that your shoe gets tied. If somebody over here were trying to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, who has a shoe? Brianna, you have a shoe that you can lace? Okay, I want you to untie your right shoe. Now, I want you to tell Brianna exactly what the steps to take to tie her shoe. Go. And you do exactly what she says.
So take the right lace and cross it over the left lace. And then wrap it through.
Wrap it through what?
Like wrap it underneath the bottom lace. So it's like that. And then take the left lace and make a loop.
See, you're doing what you would do instead of what she's telling you.
Really?
Did you see your hands immediately went like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just keep going.
Take the left lace and make a loop.
How big of a loop?
Like that.
Make a loop that is with itself.
And then take the right lace and wrap it around it and pull it through.
At what part of the loop? The high, middle, or bottom part?